Ik denk dat we live zijn. Voor mij zijn we live. Ja.
Oké, Markie 2. Doe de intro.
Oké, Wutter 3.
Mark, doe de intro. We zijn
What's
live.
up everyone? This is Marky 2200 and welcome to the Rally Roundup podcast.
Hello, I am Butter.
Snip, snip, I am de kapper. I am Anne Weesies, I am Jukker.
So,
And I have chips.
De mustard.
tips. Mustard.
Ja,
What happened this month? Very a lot.
Very a lot.
I have 0 subjects.
Nice.
Ice.
Ice.
first
I
of
have
all-
one.
The most, the thing that surprised me the most. Counter-Strike 2.
Counter-Strike 2. Oh yeah.
So there's gonna be a... What?
No. There's a meme where somebody asked Gaben where Counter-Strike 2 was. And his response was, nah. First you have to ship Dota 2, then we have to ship
Then we have to
Portal,
ship Portal
2.
2.
And when are they going to ship Half-Life 3?
I don't know,
That's a
but
myth.
they're working on it. Anyway, so it's Counter-Strike 2. It's going to be a free update to Counter-Strike Global Offensive. It's going to release in the summer of this year. And they're going to use Source 2 to make it. So Half-Life Alyx was in Source 2, and you can, like, the graphics are very similar to Half-Life Alyx, and the physics, how they work. So it's a graphical update, and but the most cool thing, I think, is the smoke grenades
Oh yeah.
are actual physics objects now. So they react to the environment, and you can throw a grenade on it, and it'll disperse. So that's pretty cool. It's an actual physics object now.
And it fills up
Um,
spaces.
Yeah, it fills up
like-
spaces.
It
So
looks
there was a testing when they had like a hallway that is round, and you see it from above, and then you throw in the smoke, and then it just, bzz, you know,
Bzz.
it bzz. So smoke physics, that's pretty cool. And there's new gun models as well. And
new sounds.
some skins are compatible with the new gun models. If the skins aren't compatible with the new gun models, then you just get the old gun models. Some sounds have been edited, like the AK sounds more heavy now. And when you
Glock.
look down, you can see feet. So you can see your skin.
There's also the change in the settings that you can tick, and then the crosshair will automatically, like, it's like auto recall thing or something.
Oh,
you
really?
can see how the reticle goes.
Oh, that's nice actually.
A lot of customizability. So yeah,
Kind of
pretty cool.
wonder why they actually did it, to be honest.
Because Counter-Strike Global Offensive is still relevant, and you know, Source 2 is epic. So
First, they had to ship Portal 2, and then they had to
and
ship,
they had to ship
Dota,
Dota
2.
2.
And it took a long while. But
Yeah, they did it.
I don't.
Mm.
And when you look at a skin, you can inspect it from both ways. So you can look at it from the top,
Oh, that's nice.
from the bottom, from the sides. I saw a anomaly video
Same.
on it.
So you did have a topic, but you just didn't write
Well,
it
a
down.
lot of topics are kind of the same. I think a lot of topics that you have, I share.
Okay.
You guys have been playing a lot of Fallout 4 recently.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Why? Is there a
I was
why?
feeling like it actually. Basically, whenever I see like a video of like, hey, this will make you reinstall Fallout 4, or like, this is a new way to play Fallout 4. So, whenever I see like a new way to play Fallout 4, that's basically like a reason for me to start over again. So, this time, I start over because I saw a couple of mods that basically like make the game more realistic, I guess. So like there's this mod that's called True Damage. That's like makes the guns more realistic. So like actual. So like for instance, the submachine gun, the Tommy gun that fires 45 ACP, does a ridiculous low amount of damage, while a rifle, the combat rifle that fires the same cartridge, is like 3 times as powerful. That shouldn't happen because it's the same cartridge. And also like that the minigun is like super weak, shouldn't be in real life, and that 50 caliber is super weak in the game, shouldn't be in real life. So basically it makes the damage more realistic, and rather than applying them to guns, it applies them to the bullets themselves. So any modded weapon you have will also be immediately patched. Then also you have a mod called Hardcore Health Overhaul, where like the health is then more realistic. So for instance, a human could have anywhere between 30 and 1300 health, and that 1300 number is more than like the biggest, tankiest enemies in the game. So like a gunner with full armor could be the most in terms of health, the most powerful enemy in the game, when that shouldn't be the case, where you have like a 10 feet tall, tanky ass Meyer Queen with exterior armor with less health than a human, which shouldn't be like the case. And this also applies to you, like if you level up enough, you also get like a ridiculous amount, like 1000 health or something like that. This time it caps out at 250, so like one shot from a 50 caliber bullet, if you have true damage installed from an enemy, will instantly kill you, as it should.
And I wanted to play it again because I've wanted to do a modless run, a modless playthrough for a long time, because I haven't done that in so long since it released. But I actually saw a video of a guy who got all of the Fallout 4 achievements, all 84 achievements in one sitting.
Wow, that's impressive.
That's very impressive. But so that made me think. When I installed the mods, I didn't get a lot of achievements because mods disables achievements.
Yeah.
And so I've collected every bobblehead. I've killed more than 500 behemoths, so to speak. But I don't have those achievements because I had mods installed. So a lot of achievements were just gone because I had mods installed and I wanted to do a modless run. So that's what I'm doing right now. And I'm on half of the achievements. So that's
nice. So people are rolling in. Root, Michael, thanks for you to join. And I'm also going to do I'm not going to do a completely modless run. I'm going to be doing like every like a normal like a patch installed. So like that changes FOV, that fixes some things that Bethesda didn't fix. So for instance, like the high physics fix, like whenever you have a higher FPS than 60, it will mess up with the game's physics. And given I do want to play at 144 FPS, I am going to apply that fix. And there is, I actually just recently installed a proper mod that works with achievements. So yes, you can now still unlock achievements even with some mods installed. So I'm going to be doing like the bare minimal amount of mods. Also like, what else am I going to do? Like some minor immersion mods, like automatically lowered guns. When you're not in combat, you lower your gun, stuff like that. Very minor stuff. and like the
Oh, no
unofficial
jet-
Fallout 4 patch, or stuff like that.
So no jetpack?
There is a jetpack in vanilla, so
No.
But
there
Just
is a
the-
jetpack in vanilla. There is
on power armor,
on power armor. Yeah, there is.
only on power armor.
Yeah, true.
You
Yeah.
cheater.
Fucking cheater.
Cheating bastard.
So
Well,
I actually had a glitch with Fallout 4, which I never had before. Well,
before Fallout 4.
that's very rare, a glitchy Bethesda game. But I had a glitch where I couldn't talk to any of my companions. Like you have an option when you press interact on them, and you have an option of talk, you have an option of trade, and so forth.
And so forth.
But I could
cetera.
trade, but I just couldn't talk. Like if I would press up to talk, she just didn't do anything, just exited out of the menu. So that was a really weird glitch, and it applied to every single companion. So I had no idea. So I looked it up, and apparently, when you have a conversation with someone and you go away, that conversation is still ongoing, and the game doesn't know what to do with it. So you can't talk to other companions. You can talk to other NPCs, just not to your companions. So what I had to do is reroute my steps, retrace my steps to where I first had that problem, and go to every place I've been since to find the open conversation that I had left.
You.
So that's what I did for 3 hours. And eventually I found Vadim at the Dugout Inn.
Yeah.
He had an open conversation.
Oh,
But then-
mate.
I knew that was the problem because I couldn't talk to him at all. I couldn't interact with him. When I went into the Dugout Inn and he was standing there like nothing happened, and I walked up to him and I couldn't press E on him. I couldn't interact with him, so I couldn't talk. So then I had to reset the quest in the command console and start from the beginning of the quest that he gives. So that's it. I spent 4 hours figuring that
Yeah.
out.
What a
These
hassle.
these things can happen, and actually happen frequently. Like these types of stuff,
But
you know.
I never had that glitch before, so I was like, what the hell? In my fucking 400 hours of Fallout 4, I've never had that glitch.
Yeah, but it's the same like I in this playthrough I currently have about 1200 hours in Fallout 4. I discovered a completely new location, like a new submarine. Never knew it was in the game. Thought it was a mod. It wasn't a mod. It's just a random location with an actually like a series of quests, and I did them, and yeah, it was quite nice for the first time. 1200 hours.
Yeah, I have the same thing with Skyrim as well.
Yeah,
There's a lot of things in Skyrim I just haven't been to before, and I haven't done. And people are still finding new things to do in Skyrim, and it's really cool. Like 12 years later, it's great.
No, Root, it's not like an Easter egg. It's an actual location, an actual official location on the map with official series of quests that I just never found before. Obviously, you have to be at that specific spot for the location to appear, and you have to go to like the NPC to actually initiate the quests. But I never done that before because I never discovered the location before. So
It's cool.
yeah, that's what I love about Fallout.
And Bethesda games in
And
general.
Bethesda games, yeah. I just wish
It's
they
really cool.
fixed their shit, actually. Because this is honestly getting quite annoying. But yeah,
The more you know.
this is why mods exist.
Yeah. Bing chilling. Okay, so this month they released a new season of The Mandalorian season 3. Actually, some really cool stuff happened in the last episode. Well, the recently released episode, not the last episode. So at the beginning of The Mandalorian, there was always the debate of where does Grogu come from, and when we finally got that answer, he came from the Jedi Temple. Then there was the question of who rescued him from Order 66, and that was a question of Mandalorian season 2. And in this season, we got that answer, and actually, the person who rescued Grogu from the Jedi Temple, from Order 66, is a Jedi named Caloran Beck, who is played by Ahmed Best, who plays Jar Jar Binks in the first episodes of Star Wars. So, Jar Jar Binks saves Grogu from the Jedi Temple.
Oh, that's nice.
And actually, I didn't know this, but he played Caloran Beck before in a children's game show called Jedi Temple Challenge. There's a fucking Star Wars game show for kids. I didn't know that. And he's the host as Caloran Beck.
That's cool.
So,
That's
yeah.
cool.
Yeah. Actually, they had a question about Mandalorians because they walk the way, right? The creed is that they cannot take off their helmets. That's what they do. So they can't take off their helmets. But then how the hell do they fuck? You know? Do they
That's some interesting conversation right here.
when they find a mate, right? Can they take off their helmets to kiss and stuff? Because I know that you can take off your helmet when you're alone, and when you go to eat, you find a secluded place and you eat alone with your helmet off. But you can't show anyone your helmet. But if, say,
Or face.
Mark is a Mandalorian, and he finds another Mandalorian girl or boy, who knows, who walks the way, so you can't take off your helmet. When you find each other and you have a wedding ceremony, I don't know how that goes, but can you take off your helmet with that person, with your spouse, only with your spouse?
Well, this is
That's
not
a
really
question.
a question for us to answer, but
No, it's for the Star Wars gods to answer, I guess.
Hello?
perhaps you should
George
ask that
Lucas?
in a Reddit forum or something like that.
Perhaps I should ask Google. Hey Google, what is the way?
To Helima, have you ever removed your helmet?
No,
Has it been removed by others?
never.
This is the way.
This is the way. That is the way. The way is you can't take off your helmet. I don't know.
Okay.
But can they give head?
Can they give
No.
head? Yeah, those are the questions we need answers to.
Yeah,
Because
they
they
can
cannot
do
take
that.
off
Mandalorians
the
give
helmet.
head.
Can the Mandalorian? Jin Jarin, can he give head?
Just jarring.
Just Jarin.
Jarring
Ah.
is.
Right. I know Wutter is excited about this, but Jukker, are you excited about the new Lego Racers game?
Hell yeah!
Yeah.
It looks good. I don't know, when's it coming out?
Very. Not.
April.
April, I
April.
think. Yeah.
I think in the meivakantie. In the May vacation. I don't know if that's
May vacation.
what it's
There's
called
a
in English.
vacation in May.
Well, I mean,
Vacation in May.
is there such a thing? Oh, Lego 2K Drive. It's coming out 19th of May. That's very soon, and it's going to have co-op and PvP
course.
and stuff like that. So I am
If it
genuinely
didn't have
excited about
co-op,
that.
If it didn't have co-op, they would be really stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
However, the pricing of that game, holy moly,
Yeah, why is it so expensive?
60 euros for the regular version, 100 euros for the Awesome Edition, and then 120 euros for the Awesome Rivals Edition.
I'm probably just gonna look at the prices on Allkeyshop. And maybe get it on Game Evo for cheap. Who knows?
Yeah,
Use my link.
If it's cheaper on Game Evo, because sometimes it's cheaper on another
Oh.
site.
yeah, no, Sven, Spring Break, that's in February, right? It's not really the May vacation or the May
don't know.
holiday.
Do they even have that in other countries?
I don't know.
Let's
in
have
the
a
Netherlands.
look.
But it's called the May vakantie, the May vacation. But most days are not even in May, are in April.
It ends in May.
It ends in May.
So the awesome
These
edition,
nuts.
the awesome
These
edition
nuts.
contains
Contains.
Aqua-
It contains.
It contains.
It contains
That
the Alberdijn.
contains an Aqueduct Racer Pack, a Year 1 Drive Pass that includes Season 1, 2, 3 and 4. It includes 550 coins, so there's going to be like an in-game
Currency.
paid currency. An awesome bonus pack that includes Wheelie Stunt Drive, a minifigure, and 3-day early access.
A minifigure. You get a minifigure.
That's
The
cool.
Awesome Rivals Edition includes obviously everything that includes in the Awesome Edition, as well as a few more minifigures, I think, and some
Oh,
cars,
right.
I think. That's it, yeah.
Okay. That's cool.
Bro, we're gonna play it
Philip.
with Philip. Yeah. I would
Yeah.
like to see some more because we have not seen really like a gameplay trailer. Well, we've seen gameplay, but not really. I want to see like an in-depth, like what is there to do, because it is pretty expensive. Well, it's well, yeah. Is it? I don't know. 60.
$60 bucks is actually common for AAA games. It has been for a
But is
very
it
long time.
AAA?
It is AAA, yeah.
It's
Because
Warner Brothers.
it is being produced by
Something.
2K.
2K.
2K is AAA.
Then I am very much excited.
Yeah,
I'm
but
also very. Yeah.
It,
No,
it
you go.
requires a third-party account, so you do need an
Lego-
additional
Lego-
launcher.
Lego account.
No, a 2K
Lego?
account,
Oh right.
because
I have
every
that, I think.
yeah, and otherwise we
I'm
just
gonna-
make one.
I'm gonna play it on Epic Games Store.
I am excited, but I'm not going to like pre-order it. I'm not pre-order excited for it.
Maybe if something came out like a trailer, like Yucker said.
Trailer.
I'm just most likely gonna wait till it's out, wait for the reviews, and then buy it.
I want to
on
know
the
how
info.
big the world
Root-
is, the map. How big is the map?
I don't think it's gonna be like Lego Universe Route. It's Lego Universe. No, I think it's gonna be like Lego Racers. Just reboot.
It's a spiritual
Lego-
successor to Lego Racers.
If in a perfect world, it would be Lego Racers 3. Like you can build your own car and stuff.
From what I've
Like, if
seen,
they
you
don't-
can build your own car.
If they don't have
boats.
that, they'll be missing out. Because
also have
building
boats.
your own car and Lego, I mean, come on.
To be honest,
saw
I
a
think
boat.
it's just going to be like a spiritual successor to Lego Racers 2. It might as well
That's
have been
cool.
called Lego Racers 3.
I wish it would have. That would be cool. I'm a
There's
catchy
also a
for me.
boat. I saw a boat in the trailer, so you can also make a boat.
Ride boats. That's cool.
Ride boats. Ride? Yeah, you ride boats. You fire boats in Dutch, but you ride boats in English. Yeah. True. In about 2 days, The Last of Us will release
Oh
on
yeah,
PC,
true, yeah.
and I'm hyped.
Hyped?
I'm not gonna be able to play the game non-stop because I got a job 5 days in the week from 8 till 4. So I'm home at around 5, and then I have to go to eat, and I have to shower, and I have to do some other things. So my gaming time is gonna be a little bit limited, but when I do get to game, I'm gonna game good. I'm gonna game.
Yeah, I have the same thing. I also have workings and school at the same time, so yeah.
Question is, what's the job, Jukker? Ask Roots.
I am a teacher's assistant. I don't know if you call that like that in English or in like America or
Assistant
England. I don't
teacher?
know.
Assistant teacher?
Yeah, like onderwijsassistent.
Assistant
Yeah,
teacher.
assistant. But I work in a class with children that are not Dutch speaking. So mostly from Syria, or I have some children
Arabic
from
countries.
yeah, Arabic,
Also from Ukraine?
speaking. No
Ah.
Ukrainians. But I do have a girl from Mongolia, and there's one from like Paramaribo, so he knows a little bit of Dutch because they speak
okay, cool.
Dutch. Yeah. But
I
it's
do.
pretty fun.
I do freelance product photography and listing design.
But my job is I have a stable job with a stable income, and yours is not really that.
Mine
Stable.
is freelance. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But the nice thing about this job is that in vacations I just get paid. So like the May vacation we've talked about earlier, it's 2 weeks that I'm free, but I'm gonna get paid those 2 weeks. Yeah, that's good.
It's definitely the best aspect of being like related to a school.
Yeah. Well, I'm not related to a school, but
Yeah, I mean like
Mm.
a teacher or assistant teacher or something like that. You also have like the regular school vacations or holiday.
vacations. Like the summer vacation is also paid, but I'm gonna go away before the summer vacation. It's like I want to go to another. I want to go to another school. Like I want to study English teacher, but I could not join that school or that study halfway through the year. So I decided to work, and so when the summer vacation is on the horizon, I will leave, and then I will go be a student again. So
Yeah.
then I'm gonna have a lot of time. Oh no, not because I have to study and make things.
Make things.
Make things.
Make
And
things.
I get paid per job.
Yeah. But it's like you have to get commissioned. I don't have to get commissioned.
I don't have to get commissions. The guy I work with just sends me products, and then I take 2 days to photograph it and make a listing of it, and then I get paid.
A listing.
A listing.
A listing is
That's
like it's those things where when you're shopping online, you're like, oh yeah, this has to be made by somebody, but it's not something that you're. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. It's hard to explain. Oh yeah, somebody does this for a living. It's just things that are
Oh
like
yeah.
common. Like, oh yeah, when I buy a product on bol.com, there's like a listing, like a little graphic from like, oh, when it's good for cleaning, they have like a little drop of water,
Yeah.
or when it's economical, you see a little economical. You're like, oh yeah, that's just, but somebody has to make that. That's
Yeah,
Graphical
and that's-
advertisements.
yeah,
That's what I do. Yeah.
it's funny because you're like, oh yeah, that somebody has to make that.
Somebody has to do that. Yes. And I get fucking paid for 2 days of work. Anyway, yeah. And Marky does nothing.
No.
That's
Well, that's not entirely true.
well.
That's
let
not
me just
entirely
inform
true.
You, about
You
this
scam old
question.
people.
I
Yeah.
scam old people.
You scam old people. You are a professional scammer. I am gonna. You know what I'm
What's
gonna
in the
do this week?
plezier voor één.
I'm gonna pre-order the new Legend of Zelda game already.
Right now.
Not right now, but this week.
Oh, this week.
Yeah. Same, I'm gonna pre-order it soon too.
But it's 70. It's 70 euros, not 60.
yeah. That must be good.
But the stupid thing is, it releases like a couple days after our May vacation. I'm just
Oh,
gonna
that
call it May
sucks.
vacation. Yeah, it it releases on the 12th. The 12th of May.
Yeah. Well,
Right, so I guess I should talk about the PC fiasco that I had this month.
Yeah.
Where
If
like,
you do that, I'm gonna go look at my social media.
yeah, sure. So actually, this actually started. Well, well, I made a decision that I wanted to like get this sorted out properly after Rally Roundup from last month, because like about a few minutes after the Rally Roundup, my PC froze. Just when we're just like talking about Twan's job. So I was like, okay, I'm done. I have to get this fixed. So I then reinstalled Windows 11 because the company where I got this PC from actually suggested, oh, you should reinstall Windows. And I was like, that's not going to be a fix, but sure. So I installed it, and not even like an hour after I've installed it, yeah, PC froze again. So I was like, yeah, I knew this was gonna happen. Now I have to RMA this PC, and I will be losing it for like at least 2 weeks. And I was like, oh, bloody hell. So I unplug everything that I'm not going to be needing. So like webcam, microphone, external monitor, just the mouse and keyboard is only plugged in. But then they say me, you need original package. If you don't, if there's any damage while it's in transit, we cannot cover this. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to wait a little bit. Just I have to get the original package. So as I am about to get the original package, I want to make like an update video, like a short update video. So obviously I have to plug in the microphone and plug in the webcam. Not like within 10 seconds of plugging in that microphone, my PC froze. Within like 10 seconds. So I am then both potentially happy, potentially pissed, being like, was it the microphone all this time? Because if it was, yes, it will be an easy and not super expensive fix. But I've had this problem like half a year or something like that. And it's been the microphone at all this time. So, very simple. Replace the microphone. And no, actually, wait. Before I did that, I actually swapped my microphone with yours. And you had the same crash as I experienced.
Yeah, I had. Yeah, so it was very weird because I was... Well, not the same crash. It was a different crash, but it was a crash nonetheless. We swapped microphones just to see if it was the microphone. So I plugged it in, and I don't know, I think I was playing like Cyberpunk or something. And suddenly, just my screen... Oh, no. I was watching a YouTube video, and my screen suddenly just went black. Without no warning at all, just went black. Both of my screens went black. The lights on my PC were still on, so the PC was on, but only the screens were black, and I couldn't do anything. So I did the horrible thing. I hard resetted it. I long pressed the power button because I didn't know what else to do. And I was like, yeah, fuck this. I'm not gonna use Mark's microphone if it crashes my PC. So I plugged it out and I swapped my microphone again because it's my fucking microphone, and I haven't had any problems.
But it wasn't like immediately that it happened. Like, so for instance,
no, not immediately. No, it was. I don't remember honestly, but it wasn't immediately.
Anyway, I think it was like a day or two. And when I had your mic, I didn't receive any crashes. So when I swapped the microphone back, like I actually then RMA'd this microphone. And within like a couple of days, it said, yeah, this microphone is unfixable. So here's your money back. And I bought a new one. With this microphone, it has like done some weird crackly noises. Like only once, but it hasn't crashed my PC, or it hasn't like froze my PC for like a couple of seconds. So that's a huge upgrade. Pretty much this PC has always been pretty decent, but this microphone is good. I haven't had any major issues like the previous ones, so I'm gonna call that a fix done, which is genuinely amazing because I've had this PC for like a year, and it's been a year full of troubleshooting, crashes, blue screens. I mean, in that year, this has been the most unreliable PC I've ever had, because every month I've had at least like 2, 3, 4 crashes every month. And ever since I got the 3080, it crashed daily. And if it didn't crash daily and I still had the 3060 Ti, I probably wouldn't troubleshoot it that much because it crashed daily. It just was something that I had to do something about, and I am super glad I did. And I'm super glad I found out just before RMAing this PC that it was the microphone. Otherwise, I could have gone through much without a PC. But I'm so glad that was not the case.
But
I've
still
had this PC.
fucking dumb that it's because of a fucking microphone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I said, I'm super pissed about it, but also super happy. Like, yeah,
Happy.
after like I've had this freezing issue. Oh, sorry, I didn't catch that. What?
You said a happies.
A happies?
Happies. I'm super happies.
I'm super happies. Yeah. So
Yeah, and I've had this PC for like 2 or
Yeah.
3 years, and I've never had any problem with it. None whatsoever. So,
Yeah. Pretty happy about that.
So
happies.
yeah, I mean, before I actually like thought it was, before I knew it was the microphone, I was like, I'm never gonna buy a PC from PC Specialist ever again.
Nah.
But now that I knew that it wasn't the microphone, or that it was the microphone, and like the first few months that I had this PC, I knew that it was going to be like some hardware issues because I had brand new hardware, and buying brand new hardware always comes with issues. So I was like prepared for that. But this microphone issue, I mean, holy moly.
So Root asks, Easter is coming up. What are we gonna do?
Nothing.
Most-
What are you gonna do?
Most definitely we're going to just have some dinner with family. Eat, yeah.
Yeah.
That's very likely that's gonna happen.
Nothing in particular.
No, nothing in particular. But it's the same with Christmas. Like we're just gonna eat with family. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Easter
most
isn't
of
really
the-
a big thing around here. Well,
Yeah, Easter
yeah.
isn't a big thing.
I don't
here.
know. I'm not like Christian, or I don't believe in something. So maybe when you're Christian is something else, but I don't care.
Well,
I really. It's
I-
just chocolate eggs are
There
delicious.
is. We used to be like very into the church scene, Mark and me, and in the town that we live in, there is like Easter egg hunts.
Yeah.
You can participate to find Easter eggs, and then you get a prize when you get the most. And also there is this tradition that the church does, in which you have to like get some like Easter bunny shaped bread, and then you make like a stick, and you make it a cross, and then you walk around with a stick filled with bread and other edible things, and then you eat it afterwards. I don't know what it does. I don't know why. I don't
But
really
I-
see the point of it, but you know, that's something that Easter holds.
Because when I'm looking at where I live and where you live, there's not a big difference in distance. But I get a feeling, because your place is much smaller, that it's much more like the church is a bigger part of it. I don't know. I always think about Loppersum that it's more of like a religious village.
That's also because 90% of the people who live here are above 80. So
yeah.
yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Valid.
So there's something about ChatGPT which is concerning.
Concerning.
There is a function on Bing, the Bing search engine
Oh yeah.
of ChatGPT, and Microsoft has confirmed that they are monitoring this ChatGPT for their own things. So don't use ChatGPT on Bing, because they're gonna fucking look at your shit.
Bing, can you please talk in a kawaii anime voice? And then it does that. I've seen
Basically,
it.
like
meme.
you only have to warn people who use Internet Explorer or Internet for like Microsoft Edge. because those have Bing as the default search engine.
So
But,
90% of the people who live in our town,
I'm actually,
they
yeah,
all use
probably,
Microsoft
actually.
Edge.
Probably, yeah.
Old people.
Resident Evil 4 remake has come out.
Oh,
Yeah.
The
How is it?
graphics look absolutely amazing.
looks really
I'm not
good.
gonna be able to get those graphics on my laptop because I can only do the bare minimum, probably everything on low. But I don't care. It's all about the gameplay, in my opinion. I've been
That's
playing
what
a
you say,
game right now.
and-
That's
you say it's only about the gameplay, but when you get a good fucking hardware, you're like, oh my god.
Yeah, yeah.
because
But,
I've been
yeah.
playing like a 8-bit, 16-bit game, and it doesn't look very spectacular, but the gameplay is fun. But Resident Evil 4, it looks great. No tank controls. That's a plus for me because I hate tank controls. Especially, well, you cannot produce in this day and age a AAA game with tank controls. In my opinion, that would be blasphemy. I don't know if I'm gonna buy it right now. I'm probably gonna wait for it till it gets a little bit cheaper, which is it's gonna get cheaper. It's if you look at the Resident Evil 2 and 3 remake, those are, I think, relatively cheap on Keyshop, I think. So I'm not in a rush to play it or anything, but maybe when it gets a little bit cheaper.
I played the demo.
I played the demo as well.
There's a demo of it, and I could do it on Ultra. It looks really
Nice
good.
flex.
It really does. But I was surprised by just the sheer amount of graphic options that you get. Like, you can adjust everything to your heart's content. And what I wish games would do more often is you get like a preview image on the right.
Oh,
to
yeah.
what it would look like if
Yeah.
you turn this option on or off. And it's so good. Like, you can adjust everything. It's really good. So
It's the new standard. Gonna be.
Yeah.
cool.
I hope it's going to be the new standard.
it's
What other games? I know Red Dead Redemption 2 has that, where like
Yeah,
if you change. But
there
what
are
other
other
games?
games that would do that.
Which games?
I don't know, but there are other games. I think the past remakes did it too.
Huh.
What are
Well,
the Steam reviews of Resident Evil?
Oh, very
Or-
like 10s all around.
Is
Yeah,
it going to be
yeah.
like overwhelmingly positive?
Yeah, it's gonna be overwhelmingly positive.
Ah.
I can assure you. I actually have it in front of me, so I'm gonna take a look right now.
It has already released, right? Officially.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
is released.
Oh no! Wait. Yeah, it is released. No, not Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. I don't give a damn about that one. I want to click on view page.
Does Marky
Overwhelmingly
have a
positive.
girlfriend?
Nice.
Marky?
Not at the moment.
Marky does not. At the moment, does
Not
that
at the
mean we
moment.
are?
Does that mean you have
What-
Riz?
No, that means that I don't have a girlfriend at the moment.
Mm,
Nothing more, nothing less.
nothing more, nothing less.
Okay.
Nothing more, nothing less. Nothing more.
Being chilling. So,
Oh, actually, I do have another subject.
Girlfriend?
So,
go for it.
no, you know this chair that I have? I bought it at the...
No, I don't know the
company-
challenge you have.
What,
And-
the chair that's just standing behind you?
The chair
the hell?
No, not that chair, not that chair. Just gonna put
With
my
the-
hand for. The chair I'm sitting on.
As a fucking cushion.
No, but I bought this chair like, I don't know, like 2-3 years ago, something like that. So that's already quite a while ago.
Mm.
And then I went to the site of where I bought this chair because the coating is coming off. And I was like, maybe I can get it repaired. And I saw like on when you go to like game chairs, this is the most popular one, and I see like a lot of reviews like, oh, it's actually quite bad. Coating is coming off pretty quickly, and you can after a year, the cushion doesn't really work anymore. So I'm like, okay, after 2 years, I'm gonna write a review myself, like the coating is coming off, and but it sits nice and it's all right. And then as I wrote the review, I saw like I have a chance to win a gift card because I wrote a review that for a product that I purchased 2 years ago. And well, you know, I won the $100 gift card.
Really?
Yeah, I did.
How did you not tell me?
Fucking
Because-
lame bakker.
Because I won, I don't know, like a week ago, something like that.
What the fuck?
So I'm like checking my email, and I was like, "Hey, you won the gift card," and I'm like, "Okay, I have to know if this is legit because is it too good to be true?" But there was like no file attachment. It was just like a code you can just put in, just like a pol.com code, and I was like, "Oh yeah, well, there's $100 to my account now," and I like have a lot of time to make up the decision what I want to do with it because it expires on the 2028. No, that was wrong. 2028. So
2022 8.
2028.
You could say it that way, but it's not.
2022.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like a blessing from the Hilema family to
Yeah.
like win stuff.
So
Why?
basically, I can buy like another chair if this chair is actually it becomes foobar basically.
Foo. This chair
Foo.
is foo.
Foobar. You know what foobar means, right?
No idea.
You don't? Fucked up beyond repair.
Right.
Why is there
okay.
an acronym for that? That's so dumb.
Yeah, that's dumb. Anyway, Burgi,
You want your haircuts?
do you want your penis cut?
No, your ass.
It's already cut, so you don't have any. You don't have any leverage against me.
Is that your lore? Oh my god. So,
You didn't have to cut me off.
But then basically my father said like, you can also wait until you get out of the house and then you have some money to start acquiring some furniture.
Sometimes
I
your
guess we'll
voice
see.
cuts off, Mark. I don't know why.
It does. Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe
But
I
not.
need to, I don't know what I can do.
Yeah.
in the meantime, I'm gonna talk about Hogwarts Legacy more. Fucking
Can put that
More?
to minus 37.5.
game. Fucking shit game.
No, your PC is just shit.
And I don't know why. So, Hogwarts Legacy got a bunch of updates for the graphics, like better optimized and stuff like that. And I've always had the problem with Hogwarts Legacy that there's just so many lag spikes. So, you know, when I got a new graphics card last month, it fixed it, sort of. It got less lag spikes, but still a lot of lag spikes, right? So that sucks. But then I recently was replaying Cyberpunk. And I said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to try to put it on Ultra. So, I went through the settings. And in Cyberpunk, I put everything on Ultra, including RTX on Ultra. And I got riding down the street that way. There's nothing down there. So I
Oh, there was some birds.
But oh, there was a bird. But I was riding down the street with ultra graphics
Riding or
and RTX.
driving?
I was riding on a motorcycle, and I got 60 FPS constantly. So everything on ultra with RTX, Cyberpunk 60 FPS constantly, and Hogwarts Legacy doesn't want to go 2 seconds without having a lag spike. I don't know what to do. Honestly, I've downloaded mods. I have waited for all of the updates. I just deinstalled it because I don't want to wait anymore. Fuck that game. No,
I
it's
get it.
actually really, it's actually really fun. I really want to play it, but I can't. because
Get
of
a better
fucking lag
PC?
spikes.
I mean,
My
I have
PC
no
is
trouble
good.
whatsoever.
But
Why-
Hogwarts is just.
Get a new PC just because of Hogwarts Legacy.
I'm not gonna do that.
There's a new game on Steam, on New and Trending, the first one, and it's called Universe Income.
Okay.
I just wanted to say that. Universe income. Wow.
Oh.
Is it the type of game that I'm thinking about?
Yes.
Okay, then I'm not gonna show it on stream.
Angry Birds Isle of Pigs. What the fuck is this? Is this a...
Oh yeah, Wutter, the
Oh.
question that Sven wanted to ask you, but then you said ask me on podcast. Here it is. Wutter, what do you think about AI art?
AI art!
It's good. Okay, moving on. No, it's as a humble artist myself.
As an...
I get a lot of problems with AI art and people are debating like is it is it art really, because it's made by an algorithm that looks at other art and then makes its own piece based on what already exists. So you can trace back in every AI art piece, you can trace back pieces of the puzzle. For instance, if you have like a prompt where you say make a Van Gogh style dragon or something, you could probably find pieces of Skyrim concept art and Van Gogh art in there. So basically what AI is doing is they take other stuff and put it in one piece. So there's a debate of is that art, right? And then there's also one piece. Is that there's also like an installation of art pieces only generated by AI algorithms, and people make money off of that. So basically, they just print the art, put it in an installation, and say this is AI art, and make people pay for them. Easy money, very easy money. So
you can make
as
money
an art,
with that.
you can make a lot of money with that.
Yeah.
But as an artist myself, I wanted to meddle with it too. So like since last year, I've used AI for like reference images. So like if I want to draw a monster, I say what I want. I want a gnarly monster that's inspired by Lovecraftian concept art. And then I get what I want, and I use pieces of that in my own thing. And you can debate on the on if that's art as well, because I use references from other things that are referencing other things.
Does
right?
that mean, with what you're saying, is does art have to be original?
What do you mean?
Well, if you're
Like-
saying it's based off, does it mean it's not original? Like it isn't.
Yeah. There are no laws of that yet because it's so new, right? But if you have like an outline, an artist makes an outline, and if you color it in, is that your art?
Yeah, this is actually quite a big debate, and it's not just art, but it's basically originality. So, what if there was like an AI? What if you made AI art, and like you made it slightly different than it actually like was given to you? Does it still mean that AI made it, or that you made it? Because
So-
the debate
well,
on
that's-
the debate on whether something is original is that goes actually way back. Like I remember, this is actually like so basically it's the same concept. So for instance, on the top 2000 Agogo, basically a quote says that everything that is somewhat based off rock and roll is basically based off Chuck Berry. Does it mean is it original?
There's also the case of Ethan and Ela from H3H3. They had like a law, I don't know, rechtbank, a law thing where they used a
Lawsuit.
video of they used a lawsuit. They used a video of a guy, and basically, like the law that's copyright, that is about copyright, was changed because of that lawsuit. Because you can now, when you explain a clip of something, for example, I want to explain The Mandalorian, for example, and you show a scene of The Mandalorian, Disney can't sue you because you are using their piece to explain something you are saying. So you can use these things as example. You can use copyrighted things as example. That's the law, basically. So that goes back to art and referencing different art pieces. When I have this Scout Trooper helmet and I put it in Photoshop and I trace every line of it, is that then my art because I used this as a reference? Or is it still Star Wars' art?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't care, actually, really.
Well,
But this is actually like a debate that has been going on for, well, yeah, decennia.
decennia, yeah. Also,
Not just with art, but with everything.
Music.
I also
Music,
used,
true. Videos.
I-
Stuff like that, yeah.
I used AI art as well. I wanted to try it. So
No.
I'm actually going to live stream something.
What website are you going to be using for AI art? What is your go-to website?
DALL-E 2.
DALL-E 2. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it free?
It's free, but yeah, it's free. So here we have...
Oh yeah, this.
This is a piece that I worked on for like around 3 years. And I wanted to see what it would do with this as a reference. So basically what I did was I entered it in a AI program, and I made it so that it would expand, like it would expand over here, and it would expand over here and here. So
Fill
to
in
make
the blanks.
fill in the
Kind of.
blanks, basically. So using the original art piece, this is what the AI came up with.
Oh.
This is the full piece.
Oh wow.
So this is what I made,
Yeah.
and this is what the AI expanded it into.
Wow, wow, wow.
I like the right side with the red like tree guy.
It's cool,
It is, yeah, it is super like. Yeah, I don't know how to explain this, but it looks amazing. But yeah, does it mean? So then the question is obviously,
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
if you post this on like Reddit or something like that, and you say I made this, can you say that?
Yeah. So I made the original reference material. I drew this, but I expanded it using AI. And actually, I was doing an experiment at the beginning of this month. I am selling this on my store as t-shirts and posters and hoodies and whatever. This full piece, I'm selling this.
Yeah.
And I haven't gotten into any trouble yet. So we'll see, I guess.
Well, basically you can't because you know the GTA Definitive Edition and how that was made. They also did an AI upscaling of just the
Yeah.
original one. So and they can also sell that. So
Well, so yeah, that's
DALL-E 2, I need to remember that actually, because I want to
I
get
think-
into some AI art as well.
I think when you my opinion is when you make a art piece and then expand it using AI, that's fine by me because I'm doing that as well. But if you generate a completely new art piece using AI without having done anything to it, I think that's in the
Because
going towards the gray area.
what you did with your art piece, like filling in the blanks kind of stuff, does that take inspiration from other art pieces, or is it just taking things from your piece? because then it's a whole different story.
Yeah, that's true,
Honestly,
actually.
I don't know, because the prompt that I used was
you
that
did use a prompt with it, so it's
you
not.
have to use a prompt.
Okay. Well, yeah.
You have
then,
to you have to say what it is, and then it takes inspiration from other things. So
Okay.
what I said, what it was, is I made an art piece of a biblically accurate angel monster with a lot of eyes and wings, and that's what it came up with. You can see a lot of eyes, and what the wings just
Yeah.
fade away eventually. So the wings part didn't really work out, but the eyes, and you can see the Lovecraftian influence of it as well. So yeah, it kind of does take from other things, but then again, the concept of a biblically accurate angel, I didn't invent that concept. I used other pieces of art as reference for my piece, right? So yeah,
Couldn't you just say that that's the same as what AI is doing?
you could, but it's hard.
That's the debate that's going.
Some people have to sit down and make some laws about this, because this is really getting
Yeah.
out of hand. Now there are 2 of them.
You know what I'm also just thinking about? Grand Theft Auto 5 and the cars that it contains, it is super similar to the cars in real life, but they just modified it slightly, give it a different name, and now they can't be sued about it.
Yeah, the same with some guns in FPS games.
Yeah, and it's actually also the same in with guns with the recent Call of Duty. They don't have the license for the guns anymore, but they make it slightly different. They make it slightly different. They give it a different name, and they can't be sued now.
Yeah.
You got a license for that? Boop. You'll never take me alive.
Okay.
Okay.
You know what's actually quite funny? The first answer to Sven's question was just, yeah, good. But then it just went into a whole conversation that this is probably the longest conversation about a subject we've ever had in this. No?
Well, I think it's
Not
very
sure.
interesting, actually. But yeah, it's amazing what AI can do nowadays.
I got something funny to tell you. I went to Mark and Wutter's house today, and I had my headset with me in a separate bag because I don't want to get it smushed in my other bag with my PC. But I also use that bag when I go to work, and when I go to work I have a little plastic bag with some bread, and I wrap it with a little thing so that it's closed. And I was like, oh, my headset's feeling a little bit funny. I just noticed that there was this a little clipper that you can
yeah.
do around your plastic bag.
Wrap
It was in my shell.
That's quite funny, actually.
Lamau moment.
It's not often that I don't have any topics, really. Well,
I have more topics.
You have more topics.
Even more topics. So.
I got a topic.
As Wouter was like, what? And then, I got a topic.
We were playing some Apex Legends last week, and there's a thing in Apex Legends called an heirloom when you get packs. You can open those packs and you can get rewards like skins, and the most rare thing is an heirloom. And I already got one heirloom, which is pretty rare to get. And these guys do not have an heirloom. And I got 2 of those packs that I could open. The first pack, I was joking around. I was like, oh! And then I got it. Then I got an heirloom, but I didn't. I was like, oh! No, I didn't get it. But then the second pack I opened, I got it. That was pretty funny.
So we got a second heirloom, the rarest thing in the game to get. 1 in 500.
And I have 2 of them, and they have none. Bitches. Now, your topic, Wouter.
Topics. So, as I mentioned before, I was playing Cyberpunk again.
Yeah.
And I noticed a couple of things that are very quality of life.
Okay.
stuff. Like,
Yeah.
for example, everyone stop, Yuka. Everyone
Sorry.
complains about when in RPG games or open world games,
Yeah.
when you are following an NPC
Mm.
that is walking forward and you're following behind them, you always have a slightly faster or slightly slower walking speed than the NPC. And it's really annoying because you have to you have to continually press W for multiple times, or go from walking speed to sprinting speed, from walking speed to sprinting speed. In Cyberpunk, when you're walking behind someone, they have a fixed distance of when you walk behind someone, and they change your walking speed based on that NPC.
Oh, really?
So you never have that problem when you're walking behind an NPC. It's really good. It's very quality of life. I also noticed in the trailers of Cyberpunk when it was first announced, there's like a lot of people walking around on the street. But in the game, sometimes the streets are just empty, like completely empty, like there's no one around. And that totally depends on if you give the game some time to load, then people will start spawning in and walking around. But it's really immersion breaking when you're just driving around and there's a lot of people around you, and then you just turn a corner and there's nobody there, not a single car or a person that's walking around or doing their thing. But obviously there are mods, so I found a mod that fixes that, and it just, there's a lot of people now, and
It
a lot
feels
of
more
traffic.
like a city. Like
It feels more like a city.
City
Yeah,
is so big, but when there's no people around, it's like, what the fuck? Is this even a
Yeah.
city?
exactly.
Dystopian? Is this a dystopian sort of like cyber city?
Yeah, there's just a lot of mods for Cyberpunk to make it the game it should be, like that one.
Yeah. But it's just that shouldn't be the case, It shouldn't have
Yeah.
to be like that. The community has to fix the things that the developers actually like made or didn't made.
But I finished the game without any mods, and I only noticed it when I was replaying it. So I don't know why I didn't notice it before. Maybe it wasn't something
You're getting
that was
flashbangs.
an issue before, but yeah, I don't know. But it's a really good game, so just download those couple of mods and then you're good, right? It should be the case, but it's such a good, to me, it's such a good game that,
The
why
basic is
not?
there, but
The basic is there, and
no,
then
but
you have
the
a couple of
concept
mods.
is there. The concept is there. That's probably the better way of saying it. The concept is there, and I like the idea of Cyberpunk 2077, but it just needed maybe like a few more years of development time for it to be the game that it actually should have been.
Well, they fixed a lot of things in the past couple of years since it released. Obviously there are some glitches left, but to me, I don't really mind most of them. So, yeah.
I don't know. I have a hard time getting into the game.
Because of those glitches of
No, just the game.
Preference,
okay.
just
I don't
preference.
like the combat. I don't know. It's just not for me, I guess.
maybe when
That's
it's
okay,
like
that's
gets
okay.
greatly on sale, like maybe it's when it's like getting 75% off, maybe I'll try it. But yeah, it just left like, I just know Cyberpunk as like the game that it probably has like the biggest of like the worst launch ever, maybe on a video game ever.
Well,
That's how I remember it.
it is one of my favorite games, so yeah, it's on my top 20 list.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Maybe
reminds
even
me
in the top
actually.
5.
That reminds me actually, I have to send Magnus my top 25 list, and I have to edit that because he asked for some game suggestions. Shame he's not here right now, but I guess I need to edit my list and then send it over to him.
Some recommendations.
Some recommendations, yeah.
Okay.
There's news about the new iPhone, which I think is pretty interesting.
Well,
iPhone and
go
interesting usually don't go well together in a sentence, but
No,
go ahead.
it's interesting because you're like, what the fuck? Why? So I don't know the number of the newest iPhone. I think it's the iPhone 15,
15 already.
possibly. So iPhone is, or Apple is forced to use USB-C for their new iPhone.
Good.
However, they are developing a new USB-C that is only for iPhone.
Nice.
What?
So they're using USB-C, but only for iPhone. So they're developing a USB-C cable that you can only use on your iPhone.
Why am I not surprised about this?
I don't know why they would do that as well. It's so stupid.
But they've been doing this kind of stuff for like the past 10 years or so.
Yeah. But on the MacBooks, like I have a MacBook 2017 that only has USB-C cables, and you can use other USB-C cables with it. Why would they... Like, it's so dumb. Why would they make a specific USB-C cable that is specifically used for that iPhone? It doesn't make sense to me. All the more reasons to not get an iPhone, I guess.
Yeah, but you know, it's not just iPhone, but it's just Apple in general. You know, the quality of the products are terrible. The amount you have to pay for what it is just absolutely horrendous.
I wouldn't say the quality is bad.
No, the quality is really good. Like, they're really sturdy products. But
Is it?
just, yeah,
From what
really
I've seen,
sturdy.
it isn't.
From what
Just
you've
because
seen,
you're-
have you felt it?
That's because you are used to other devices, I think.
Well, if I just grab some Microsoft laptops, like they're falling apart, and my MacBook is made from metal, right? I've had it for like 4 or 5 years, and it still works good. Not that I'm using it, because I'm not, but it works.
It just works.
Yeah, but that's the same.
just
That's
works.
but that's the same. Like most devices will work if you take care of it, or like if you don't use it a lot.
I'm not taking care of it. I throw it around like it's a fucking placemat.
Okay.
But it just works.
But you know, it's the same like grandma's laptop. You know, it's slow, yes, but it still works. And it's right now it's about like 12 years old, something like that. It's slow, but it still works.
It works.
Yeah, but that's because she barely uses it. I've used mine like every day for the past 5 years.
Well, I mean, she uses it every week, at least.
whatever.
But you know,
I'm not gonna go defending Apple on this matter. because
no,
there's nothing
true.
to defend.
That's something you shouldn't do.
That's a losing game.
That's definitely a losing game. But it's not just Apple, but it's pretty much any like A brand. If I'd like to, I mean that's how we call it in the Netherlands, an A brand, like the more
Amerik.
yeah, the more popular brands that can like how should you say it?
How you say it?
They can charge more money because it's a known brand. That's probably the best way of saying it. So like these days when it comes to phones, that is definitely Apple. Samsung is in that list. I think Huawei is also in that list right now. And I think that's it for like A brands.
OnePlus.
I don't know about
Google?
OnePlus actually.
BlackBerry. Y'all remember those Blackberries?
Yeah, my
Blackberry?
dad had one actually.
That has.
I
one,
had
Yeah.
I had one. That was the hottest shit
Yeah.
when that came out.
But that's why I never recommend, a new Samsung, because you can buy a
You are
second-hand
cutting
one.
off- You're
He
cutting
never
off.
recommends nudes. What the fuck?
Can you say that sentence again? Because you were cutting off quite a lot.
Am I cutting off? Why?
That's why
Well-
I never recommend nudes. That's what you said.
That's what we heard.
I
Which
already have it,
I strongly disagree.
I already have it at like minus 37.5, which is like what I
But
use in streams.
It does not happen often, Mark.
Maybe it's in Discord.
Maybe
It could also
it's
be a
your
thing.
PC again,
But-
because we know your
Is
relationship.
he acting up?
Your PC's relationship with.
Okay,
Not
what do
that-
you want to say, Yucker? You don't agree?
No, Mark said that he does not recommend nudes, and I disagree.
Depends from who.
Exactly.
No, but I don't recommend devices that are an A brand and that are new, because new A brand devices depreciate like mad. Honestly, if you buy a second-hand Samsung phone, that's fine because they very likely will have the pricing that they should have been.
Yucker. Well, it's pretty funny. Because my phone is Motorola, and they used to be A brand.
It is.
So that's
not-
pretty funny. Yeah. They used to be the top leading engineers in flip phones.
That is true. That is true.
Same
And
like
now you
Nokia
get-
actually. Nokia
Yeah.
also used to be an A brand, but now these days, they're known, but they
What?
don't overcharge their.
You're still what? You cut
Hey,
off again.
Sander.
They're still known.
Oh yeah, there's still.
Known.
We went to the Mediamarkt, a store for electronics and stuff, and we were walking past the draw pads. I don't know how you call that. Is it draw pad? I don't know. But there was a special manga draw pad,
Yeah.
like manga girls on it, and we were like, "What makes it so special that it's, yeah, that's manga themed?" But apparently, you just get like a how to draw kawaii faces.
Oh, they know
Program.
how to do that.
I don't
Just
care.
use AI art.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's loads of anime AI art. That is true.
Alright, so we got Root with another random question again.
Alright.
How would you feel if you were living in North Korea?
I would be very happy, and I would be crying if I saw the leader of my country.
I would be dead, probably.
Yeah, we would probably be dead. We would not feel any joy. We would be dead inside, and we would want to die.
That's probably the best answer.
Yeah. I have medelijden. How do you say medelijden?
Compassion.
Compassion.
Is it compassion though? I don't know.
Probably
Not really. Compassion is more like if you have compassion for something.
We're gonna ask ChatGPT.
Medelijden. Sven, help us. What is medelijden?
In the meantime, I'm gonna talk about Christopher Lee.
Oh, that's always good.
So you know my boy Christopher Lee, he plays Count Dooku obviously in Star Wars 1. I mean in Star Wars 2 and 3. But this boy, this guy Christopher Lee, he plays in over 240 movies. He is literally the guy that James Bond is
compassion.
based
Yeah.
on.
Compassion or pity? Yeah.
So Christopher Lee, he plays in more than 240 movies. He is the guy that James Bond is based on. He was British Special Forces in World War II, which basically he hunts Nazis. That's what he does. What he did. His cousin wrote the first James Bond novel. And he took, this is really interesting. He took a girl on a date to France to witness the last public execution via guillotine in 1977. What the fuck is this guy?
This man has
fucking
seen.
guy.
This man
Hey,
has
wanna go on a
seen some
date?
shit.
Yeah, let's see someone dying. Nice.
Let's see some fucking machine cut someone's head off. That's a fun first date. What a fucking gangster. And the best thing of all, he made a Christmas album, which is him singing to metal versions of Christmas songs.
Jingle hell, jingle hell. Jingle all the way. I want to
It's a-
hunt some Nazis and see a guy get died.
Get laid. Hey,
And then I'm gonna be the guy who gets laid.
hey.
Hey.
I also wanted to talk about.
Jesus, how many topics do you have, Mr. Man?
I have a lot more. The recent games that have recently come out about how they are delayed. You know, a lot of games get delayed.
Which is a good thing, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's a good thing, but it also is not, because you revert people's expectations, right? Lego Star Wars has been delayed for like 5 times. When it initially came out, it was received not very good because it was, people were canceling their pre-orders because it was getting delayed 5 times in a row, right? And a lot of games have that nowadays, like Jedi Survivor was delayed. Hogwarts Legacy, was Hogwarts Legacy delayed? Probably.
Hogwarts Legacy original release date was in 2021.
Yeah, Hogwarts Legacy was delayed. Last of Us probably was delayed. I don't know.
was delayed,
Probably. A lot of people, a lot of games were just delayed, which I think a good solution, and I hope some game developers are listening, because obviously I don't know what goes on in like the game developing world because I'm not a dev, but what if you just have a game that isn't finished, like don't announce it, right? When you finish the game, then announce it so that you don't revert people's expectation. Make an announcement, make a trailer when you have a release date, when the game is finished. Do the things that movies do, right? When the movie is finished, they make a trailer, send it out, and a month later the movie is coming out. Why don't you do that with games, right? When you're certain the game is going to be out or the game is going to be finished on that day, then don't make don't make a fucking, you know, a post on Twitter saying it's going to be released, because you don't know if it's going to be delayed. Because that's the worst marketing, and it seems like every fucking AAA game is getting delayed.
All right, Rutte, picture this. You are a developer for Jedi Survivor. I am the boss of EA, and I'm saying I want this game to be released on October the 3rd. That's the end. That's the deadline. So you have to stick it to it. And then a week before that, the game released, then as a developer you're saying, ooh, we're not gonna make the deadline. We're not gonna make that deadline. Ooh. Now you have to going to tell it to the big boss of EA. You are going to have to tell the big boss of EA. Ooh, yeah, I have to think about how I'm going to say this. Maybe like have multiple people. Is this going to be right how I'm going to say this? Yeah, the big boss of EA. I'm not going to. I definitely think that it's the fault of the developers. I think all of this is the fault of the publishers, as it is always pretty much. Because the publishers want something, and the developers just have to adjust.
Well, then they have to, you know, have more good communication with the developers. There's easy fixes to this, despite from where the problem is coming from. But yeah, I don't know.
True, but this is just another thing that you can throw on the list that should be better between publishers and developers.
The pay,
The pay, you know,
Probably
and
not
the
the pay.
priorities, you know. But this is a conversation topic you can we can debate on forever. But you know, publishers are probably one of the worst things in gaming right now because they all set these crazy demands and yeah.
Fuck the corporates, man. No.
So
Fuck
yeah,
the
you're going to
corporate.
have to say that to the big boss of EA, Witter, and I highly doubt he's going to listen at all, even if it's coming from a developer within his team.
Then I am going to cut off his balls.
Bowels. Never fart on a man's bowels.
Except if he eats a Nazi zombie.
Except when he's a Nazi zombie.
It's a South Park reference, probably. Anyway. So I got a new mouse.
How long
And,
is this guy gonna keep talking?
Well, do you have topics?
No.
Exactly. So shut the fuck up now. I have a new mouse, and it's this. It's a very it looks very cool. But I bought this mouse because
Hang on. Before you're gonna say anything, say some features. We're gonna have let Root guess how expensive it is.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is fun. This is a fun game. So this mouse, you can adjust the LEDs on it. You can, when you, for example, when you press the mouse button, it pulsates, for example. You can change the color. You can change the way it's flowing. You can change how it's flowing. Also, there is a scroll wheel, which is obvious. The scroll wheel goes very smooth, very nicely. The click buttons, obviously, there's a DPI switch. You can change the DPI switch on them. For example, oh, this is high DPI, that's green. Oh, this is red, that's higher DPI. This is blue, that's even higher. And you can change them how you want. Also, there's software which you can change the DPI and the colors of the LEDs. Also, there are extra buttons right here. This is a button and this is a button, which you can change to whatever you want. So, for example, if you copy and paste a lot, you can add a macro switch where this is Control C and this is Control V. There's a button here and here as well. So in total, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 buttons on this mouse. And I bought it for, to play Diablo with one hand so I can jerk off with the other. I'm kidding. But it's very ergonomic, and you can put your middle finger on this one as well so that it doesn't scrape the mouse pad and you don't dirty up your mouse pad or whatever. So yeah, that's my new mouse, and it's great.
Yeah, but Ruth thinks this mouse is made out of diamond because he thinks it's $500.
Well, it wasn't $500 per se. It's 10. I bought it for 10.
10 bucks.
10 euros.
10 bucks.
Yeah.
That's it.
10 euros. Yep. 10 euros.
I have to get that mouse as well. Or just a different mouse from the same company, because I've been using the same mouse since 2016. And it's not like this is a bad mouse or something, but I just wish there were more buttons on the side. So I just have 2 buttons and, obviously a fire button, an aim button, and a scroll wheel, and that's it. I wish there was some more buttons, but, I've tried several mouses. I've tried 2 LG
Mice.
Mice, of course, mice. What was it called? The LG 5 was the 502? I don't know.
I don't know. It doesn't matter. A Logitech mouse.
Yeah, like a Logitech,
So-
503, 402, and some other couple of mice. Again, I said the same mice, and it just didn't feel right. So yeah.
But
It's quite an acquired taste.
before this, I had a $80 mouse from Trust, which I really liked, but there was one extra button, and I just want more. And obviously, the thing I've said about, you know, you can put your middle finger on this piece, so not to dirty up your mouse pad. Obviously, I don't want to dirty up my mouse pad. So,
Yeah.
so yeah.
老先生，我少笑少什么新不灵，
Shingling.
So to fill that belly.
新不灵。
Okay, Wurzer, if you you would now have 2 mice. You know, one is 80 euros, one is 10 euros. If you were to sell one of these, which one would you get rid of?
80.
Yeah, really?
But I'm giving it to mom. Like, if she likes this mouse, then my $80 mouse, that she can buy it off me.
Oh.
It's a very good mouse and it's very comfortable. But
You
I
are my
just
mom, but pay
like
me.
this one more. Yeah, she's like, do I have to pay money for it? I said, yeah, sure. So yeah,
If she asks, of course you're going to say yes.
yeah.
I like money.
I like money, of course.
So yeah, right after I got this mouse, I spilled Coke on it.
Cool.
And my big desk pad. I had a big desk mat of Skyrim,
Oh yeah.
which I also used as a mouse pad, but it's gone because it
Where'd it
fucking.
go?
I threw it away because it was soaked with Coke. But I let this dry, and it spilled. It was totally soaked, this mouse, but it still works fine. No difference.
How often have
it's-
you spilled Coke now? And it's always specifically Coke. How often have you spilled Coke on your like keyboard, on your mouse pad? This has got to be like the 5th or 6th time now.
Well, actually, my keyboard has some the LEDs
Sticky
of the
notes.
space bar don't
They're
really
all
work
brown now.
anymore because the LEDs of the space bar don't work anymore because Coke has spilled on it so many times. But it still works.
My my numpad enter key is sticky, so I have to refrain from touching it because when I do, like all my text documents go. I've tried.
Honestly, guys, just get one of these. You'll never have the problem again.
I've tried
No.
to. I've drenched like a toothpick with cleaning alcohol, and went through the cracks. Didn't help. I used a Q-tip with cleaning alcohol. Didn't work. So I'm just gonna not touch this enter key. Just gonna use the normal key.
I used water to get the Coke out of my switches, and it worked fine with one try.
Nintendo Switch. Oh.
Just
Yeah.
get one of these. I mean, it's just $2 or something like that, and they've
No.
solved all of those problems. You know, you don't have to go out and get a new drink every so often. You can fill
I'm
this
not
up with
gonna
like.
fucking put carbonated stuff in there. I'm not gonna put my beer in a fucking thing like that. It's gonna get sucky. Like if you put carbonated stuff in a bidon, then it fucking explodes when you open it up.
Then keep it open like this. Even if you
No,
spill it
because
now.
then the carbonation is gonna come out. I have a fucking fridge over here with carbonated stuff in. I'm not just gonna get a bidon, and I'm not going to like have this open bottle of Coke just sitting around because the carbonation is coming out. That's the
Well,
same thing with
How are you going to put if you put it in a glass? And it's the same effect.
putting it in a glass.
Yeah, because now all the carbon is coming
But I'm
out.
drinking this.
Glass.
Yeah.
Coca-Cola bottle.
I'm not gonna let this sit around. I'm drinking this.
Yeah, then just put a small bit in.
No. I refuse to get one of those.
Honestly, these are problems that you can easily fix. And honestly,
I
this
do
is one
have
of those
this,
things.
which is a fountain.
What the hell is that?
It doesn't work with water, but if I hold, wait, I'm gonna spill some more.
You're going to spill it on your keyboard.
I'm gonna spill it on my-
Oh, nice.
See,
Yeah.
that's cool, isn't it? But it doesn't really work
In
with
it.
water.
In it.
That's cool, isn't
That's
it?
cool, isn't it? Just get a bottle of water.
This is a bottle of water.
Bottle of water. You got a fountain of water.
Fountain of water.
No, honestly, guys, just get one of these. You won't have to go get a new drink like every half a minute. If half a minute. If this falls over,
How fast do you drink?
it's an exaggeration. If this falls over, it doesn't spill. And honestly, this has just been one of those little things that I've never thought about. But ever since I've been using one of these for drinking, it's amazing. You can just take one of these to school, and it's amazing. Honestly,
I have a dot.
I have
I have a gobberin.
I have this with water.
yeah, basically the same thing.
I have
I have a gobberin.
I have this to take with school.
Yeah, again, that's the same thing. Just use that. Can go in dishwasher very easily.
I refuse.
I can recommend this to anyone. Not
Listen,
even.
I don't want the hassle of doing this, right? I don't want to turn my hand to drink. That's for plebs. I just hold it and suck.
That's what she said.
Unreal Engine.
Unreal Engine, yeah. I mean, very recently 5.2. Well, we got a preview of what 5.2 looked like, and it's just getting better every time. I'm genuinely looking forward to like play a game that has been made in Unreal Engine. Genuinely. Yeah, that's that.
Grab.
That's it.
I recently found out why in Lego sets you have extra pieces.
The more you fuck around,
The more you find out.
the more you find out.
So,
I'm gonna break my monitor, I swear.
so basically, why you have extra pieces? It's not because you lose them easily. I mean, they're stuck to your Lego set. You're not gonna lose them. It's because the machine that fills the bags of the Lego sets, they don't really measure the smallest parts. So the smallest parts you get extra because they don't really measure them.
Oh,
Oh!
mind blown.
That's pretty funny to me. A Kastuk.
Nice.
It is getting too late to talk English.
Yeah, Victor, how many subjects do you have?
Two.
Two,
No,
okay.
three.
Okay, pick
4.
2 of those 3 and we'll wrap it up. It's getting
Okay.
late.
I'm gonna do actually 3 of them because 2 of them are small. So you have the Fallout show. There's some new set pictures of them. I'm not going to show set pictures, but I'm going to describe them. So we have seen pictures now of inside a vault. A guy in a vault suit. A T60 power armor. So they're going off of Fallout 4 art.
Yeah.
We've seen inside a vertebrate. Outside of a super duper mart. And there's also a picture with an opened vault door with a silhouette of someone coming through with 3 vault residents facing the door and on their backs the number 33. So it's going to be about Vault 33.
Vault 33. Is that a vault that already exists? Does it have some lore behind it? I don't know actually.
I don't know honestly because all of the vaults have lore.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Like, is it a real vault?
All of them are real vaults. All of the vaults have lore, but I don't know if we haven't seen this vault before. I don't think
Google.
because
It's your best friends.
because
Ask ChatGPT.
the New Vegas vault is 35, right?
Yeah.
So it must be close to New Vegas because it's 30 in the 30s. Like in Fallout 4, you have Vault 111, Vault 80, Vault 88, Vault 81. All of them are big numbers, right? In the hundreds or 80 to 100, right? So, and all of those are close together. But 33 and 35 is also really close together. So it may be close to where New Vegas takes place.
Could
because
be, yeah.
those numbers are closer together.
Not much is known about Vault 33. So
Oh, well,
no,
there you go.
it's an
Good
original
stuff.
vault. That's fun. That's exciting.
It's very exciting.
It's very funny.
Funny. Also, the there's a game called Contraband Police.
Yeah, you
What?
were playing that.
This is really fun.
Is it like 3D the Papers, Please?
It's like Papers, Please, but 3D. Yeah. It's open world as well.
That's
but
weird.
It's well, when you play it, it makes sense. So in Papers, Please, you just have to review documents, but in Contraband Police, you have to look at the car registration, look at the car weight, look how windows are broken, for example, on a car, look at the person, look at the ID if they match and if they correlate. And when you find contraband, you can arrest the guy, and then you have to bring them to the labor camp, and you have to bring the contraband to the police station, and all that. And it's pretty fun. And same with Papers, Please. Every day is a new challenge. You know, something new comes. Like, for example, one day you can just, give everyone the entry pass, and the other day people that are coming from work have to have a work pass and what they're doing, but then you can only accept journalists and teachers and artists. You have to deny entry. So it's really fun, really good.
Sounds
and
interesting.
Yeah, and it's pretty cheap, I think, as well.
What is cheap?
I don't remember what I bought it for, but
What is life? Baby, don't hurt me.
And one last thing, the SteelSeries GG software has a aim trainer now.
Yeah. Yes, I noticed.
But that's pretty cool because you have it can be adjusted to the game you are playing. So, for example, if you play Apex Legends, you can use the preset of a alternator on your weapon and try to use that one. But you could also recoil changes and how things play, and also Counter-Strike and Call of Duty, whatever. So that's pretty cool. I haven't seen that before. But also SteelSeries GG does a weekly giveaway, which I didn't know, which contains weekly 6 different skins in game, or like things in games or actual games. So 3 things or games weekly.
Okay.
Kind of like what Prime does, but it's not guaranteed. You mean
what?
It's not guaranteed, because if you have Prime, you can just get the things and the free skins. But for SteelSeries GG, it's like a lottery, a winning. You have to win.
No, it's like Epic Games, but then instead of only games, you can also get skins. So for example,
but it's guaranteed. You don't have to like.
No, you don't have to win anything.
Okay.
It's guaranteed.
No.
You get a key. But
because because when you said giveaways are normally.
No, they give it away.
When I think of giveaway, it's like, when you do this, you get one chance, and when
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of That's false advertising, actually, because
But that's
you're
also a
not-
giveaway. But I know what you mean now. Just go on.
Yeah. So
Okay.
for example, in this week you get, I don't know, but for example, this week you get 2 games and then 4 skins for other games. The week after that you get 1 game and 5 skins for other games. Week after that
Okay.
you get 5 games and 1 skin. But it's always 6 things or games. So that's pretty cool. Steel Series GG just keeps pumping out the good stuff.
Yeah, it's a good piece of software.
That's
Amazing.
great. I love it.
That's
Good
it?
stuff. Well, actually, no, that was it.
Then I think I'm gonna wrap it up.
No, Mark?
We gotta
Huh?
do a forever stream.
You
Hey,
say we're gonna wrap up Rally Roundup.
I'm gonna wrap up Rally Roundup.
Roundup Rally Roundup.
Gonna round up Rally Roundup.
Yeah.
We're gonna round up Rally Roundup.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Okay, better you do the
I
outro.
Am Fish. I Am Fish is now free on Amazon Prime Gaming.
Cool.
Epic. So, we're gonna round up Rally Roundup. This has been Roundup Rally. Welcome to
Roundup.
the cum zone.
I need to shit so bad. Oh my god.
Subscribe to Marky. Subscribe to me. A link in description. Also use my link in my videos for the Game Evo. Don't use Marky's link.
How much money
yeah,
have you
then-
actually gotten through GameInfo?
I don't know. Probably nothing.
Nothing,
I don't
because
know.
no one is using
People
your
don't
link.
Click the link. Use my link. I'm broke. Goodbye.
He needs money. I'm gonna shit so bad. Oh my
Yeah. Take care, everyone.
Boe!
Bingeling.
Knew this was gonna happen.
Big Jelly.
Knew this was gonna happen. I'm just not gonna turn off Discord. Oké, Jukke. Jij maar schijten nu. Tot ziens.
Nee, ik ga niet schijten. We hebben visite. Ik weet niet, ik kan niet schijten als er mensen bij ons in huis zijn. Ik kan alleen schijten als er... Wat als ik nou moet schijten en ik spoel door en het gaat er niet doorheen? Dat zou echt heel awkward zijn.
Dan moet je dus eigenlijk nu naar iemand gaan waar geen visite is.
Ja, kom terug.
Ja, kom hierin.
De buurman
Nou ja.
is nog steeds in het ziekenhuis. Dus kan.
Of je gaat gewoon naar iemand toe lopen en dominantie tonen gewoon op hun hoofd kakken. Dat kan ook.